Hi, I'm Isla.
I'm Michaela.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Noemi.
And we are Eco Communications.
From the initial pitch, we have identified 3 key insights that have guided our public relations campaign and ensured we are meeting the specific needs of Koala Bay. Firstly, we have taken on board your existing target audience, and although we can see how this may have been identified in terms of Asian tourists being particularly interested in visiting and viewing koalas due to their Australian iconic status, they are not a beneficial target audience prior to the establishment of the Koala Hospital. This is as they aren't going to put money into something that isn't tangible, as they don't possess the same connection with koalas that the Australian public has. Hence, we have identified a more prominent and beneficial target audience. Another key insight we have pulled from your brief is that humans have had such a massive involvement in the decline of the koala population, and that this isn't widely known or considered. Hence, part of our strategy has been developed to educate the public and make them aware of this detrimental human impact. Finally, we have considered your negative feelings towards your website and the weakness in your digital presence. From this, we have concluded that our campaign should incorporate a strong digital enhancing element.
Additionally, we have considered Koala-based core values and beliefs as per the brief and your website. We believe these to be innovative and primarily focusing on bettering the lives of the Redlands koala population, and Eco Communications will adhere to these throughout our proposed campaign. From a PR perspective and following a digital audit, our understanding from Koala Bay is that you are having some trouble in the following areas in terms of low engagement across marketing and sales as you've identified in the brief. Eco Communication understands that the marketing aspects drive the sales of Koala Bay at this point in time, and thus will be the main area which we will focus on. We've identified an opportunity to enhance your messaging across digital and social platforms, as the current tone tends to confuse the audience, and an Instagram account cannot be found, so an opportunity to create a new one is apparent. We have also identified an external competitor to Koala Bay, a Spanish clothing line with the same name that operates on the same platforms as Koala Bay with a larger following. This makes it difficult for interested parties to find you quickly and essentially means your company is not at the forefront of search engine requests. As a whole, it seems Koala Bay has difficulties connecting with its current target audience. The brand's disengagement from their key publics has left people confused to the role that Koala Bay plays in their area, and due to the target audience misinterpretation, absence of amplification towards Koala Bay's point of difference compared to other similar charities, your brand is often overlooked or hard to find, hence lack of brand recognition and community donations.
By conducting competitor research, we can ensure you have a better understanding of the landscape you aim to operate in and learn how to best position yourselves for success. The research can help you gain an understanding of your competitors' business strategies, which in turn provides an informed basis to develop your own strategies to achieve a competitive advantage in the future. We've put together a list of your primary and secondary competition. There'll be a couple that immediately come to mind as the chief competitors, the organisations that have already established a strong presence in the field. We've identified the Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital and the Currumbin Wildlife Hospital to be the most present parties and the most recognisable and familiar amongst the Queensland public. The Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital holds the biggest presence in the Australian market and is now one of the largest and busiest of its kind in the world, having admitted over 77,000 patients to date. They aim to rescue, rehabilitate and release sick, injured, orphaned, or displaced native wildlife and to contribute to research that supports conservation of Australian native fauna. The public can get involved in a large number of ways, with the most unique and engaging appearing on the slide. Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital has a very different approach to their social media platforms than Koala Bay. They present an informative, interactive and family-friendly tone with relevant content posted daily. They make use of natural colours and heartwarming images of young animals and children, and their website is easy to navigate and allows individuals to donate without asking for account details. Currumbin has a physical way of attracting an audience through a number of unique and interactive experiences. The Currumbin Wildlife Hospital has the same approach to their social media profiles as Australia Zoo. We've taken notice of your apprehension towards any possible council partnerships, and upon more research, we feel it necessary to review their current city contributions. They have increased investment in koala conservation and management initiatives, with their aim being to retain a viable koala population and to conserve and manage a suitable habitat both on the mainland and North Stradbroke Island. They have an operating wildlife ambulance and have established a conservation grant where eligible organisations and individuals can receive up to $10,000 for specific projects which will provide positive outcomes for the local Redlands environment and wildlife. These, together with the Council's other initiatives, will help guide our strategy for Koala Bay.
In order to achieve PR success, Koala Bay's publics have been identified. This is crucial considering our primary role is to answer the questions: who are your publics, and what kind of relationship do you want with them? Koala Bay's publics have been prioritised as per Mendelow's grid, which suggests that publics should be analysed based on their ability and power to influence others, and also how interested they are in Koala Bay. As shown, low influence and interest publics require little attention and communication, as they have neither interest or power over Koala Bay. Low influence and high interest publics recognise Koala Bay but lack the power to do anything to aid them. So, these publics need to be managed by keeping them informed. High influence and low interest publics may not get involved due to their low interest level, but they need to be kept satisfied to avoid gaining attention and having strong influence over Koala Bay. Most importantly, that brings us to high influence and high interest publics or key players. These publics are Koala Bay's main priority as they are major influencers of change and need to be kept informed with plans and key information. Koala Bay's key players are sponsors, social media users and influencers, environmentally conscious investors and locals, local teachers, school students, school families, and PNC. We have identified the key target audience as environmentally conscious women aged between 35 and 50 that are influenced by children aged between 5 and 12. We believe that this target audience and their relationship with the influencers will be greatly beneficial to Koala Bay. So, why have we chosen environmentally conscious women as the target audience? Recent statistics indicate that the usual resident population of the Redland City area is 147,010, and of that population, 51% are female. Of that 51% female population, 10.4% are women aged between 35 and 49. And this group of people aged between 35 and 49 are labelled as parents. As mentioned, we have decided that young children aged between 5 and 12 will be the key influencers for the target audience. This is because we believe that the best way to influence the target audience of women aged between 35 and 50 who are more environmentally conscious and aware is through the emotional connection they have with their children. As shown, recent statistics indicate that of the Redland City population, the total households of young children is 21%, and primary school students aged between 5 and 11 make up 9.2%. Since our target audience is shown to be nurturing and empathetic, children as influencers will be greatly beneficial to Koala Bay. This is because they have the power to generate behavioural change within the target audience through a pathos approach. We believe this is possible because by engaging young children in Koala Bay, generating interest and building trust, this will influence the target audience to support their children's newfound interest. This will potentially lead to the target audience having a drive to support the environment and Australia's fauna, and therefore being key drivers and enforcers within the community.
We have defined the key problem to be lack of knowledge and awareness in the Redland community surrounding issues involved with land clearing and human interference, which has inevitably led to increased communities of koalas dying in these areas. Additionally, the community have failed to take action to prevent habitat loss and need to be informed on the repercussions of society's actions. Our team has established an overall goal to drive our campaign. This successfully aligns with your needs and objectives. We've ensured that our goals are SMART for the best outcome. Our ultimate goal is to increase awareness surrounding koalas' controversial circumstances and to build trust of Koala Bay and their initiative within the Redlands and wider community amongst our target audience of 35 to 50-year-old women. For us to be able to achieve this, we will aim to seek and establish trust among this community as the key to our success for this campaign. In order to achieve our goals, we have set objectives in place to ensure that the necessary steps are taken to address this issue, by which the diffusion of innovation model will be used as a foundation. The diffusion theory suggests that our idea or product can gain momentum over time and spread throughout a community, population, or social system. Through this, people adopt a similar ideal behaviour which they have previously did not have. We propose a plan inclusive of multiple stage objectives set with timeframes in order to achieve our main goal of increasing awareness amongst our target audience of 35 to 50-year-old women. When stage 1 is complete within the set timeframe, stage 2 will be adopted and so forth. Phase 1 includes a repositioning and rebranding of Koala Bay to appeal to our target audience's values and beliefs, as the brand does not currently have a strong or effective presence across all communication channels. This includes increasing awareness of the issue and brand within our target audience to 10,000 people by January 2019, reactivate Koala Bay's Instagram and increase engagement on Facebook by 15% by July 2019. Lastly, boost website traffic by 20% by July 2019. These objectives effectively set the foundation to repair and re-establish the brand for success. Following this, Phase 2 objectives will outline the strengthening of Koala Bay's reputation and increasing awareness among potential investors and the general Redland community. This will take on a more practical plan by which we will aim to receive sponsoring and donations. We propose the following objectives: form 5 partnerships by July 2021 between Koala Bay and corporate investors, raise $450,000 in donations from the public by the end of July 2021, and boost Phase 1 objectives by 10% by the completion of Phase 2.
From our research and brief insights, we have developed a strategy surrounding the big idea of sharing our homes. Essentially, this will guide our strategy and help to tie all our tactics together. This has stemmed from the idea of connecting with the Redland community and opening their eyes to the dire situation that the local koalas are in. To reinforce this strategy, we have decided to employ brand ambassadors. We would reach out to someone like Block Winners and Brisbane locals Carly and Will. They would be utilised throughout the campaign to help connect to the audience, as they also already have a positive engagement with the public and would work to strengthen and endorse each tactic we propose. We have concluded that a staged approach is best for Koala Bay. Essentially, this means we have one main goal but have split our strategy into 2 parts for increased success. The first stage was developed to achieve awareness of the issue and the company's purpose, and also to build trust between Koala Bay and the Redland community. Trust is crucial as it leads to customer loyalty and is the backbone as to why customers select Koala Bay over its competitors. To achieve this, we will focus on targeting our newly identified target audience in a more effective manner through emotive and persuasive language techniques. This language will transform key messaging and ensure Koala Bay is putting out suitable and effective content across all digital and traditional platforms. Additionally, we will ensure the content is also providing the public with knowledge on the issue and is presenting the information with an emotive link to ensure that they absorb it. Considering the psychographics of our target audience, we will utilise the influence of the Redland youth to drive part of our campaign. This will be through partnerships with local schools and businesses to develop beneficial community activations. Also, off the back of our planned community activations, we will build media relations with local publications, radio and television that are relevant to our eco-friendly Redland mums. Phase 2 is designed to drive convergence in order to raise desired funds to establish the Koala Hospital. This will stem from the formed community and media relations, and Phase 2 will mainly consist of digital platform strengthening and goal amplification. Evidently, this 2-phased approach will require some patience, but we hope you can trust that we have selected it due to its overall effectiveness. It was selected over alternative campaigns, as splitting up the objectives will ensure effectiveness and allow for adaptation.
At this stage in our campaign process, these are the expectations of our objectives. Obviously, these may vary upon your feedback. Our most significant tactic involves inviting the local primary school students to plant young eucalyptus plants or seeds in the 80 hectares of land you mentioned is designated for Koala Bay in Birkdale. We also hope to revitalise your social media platforms. This includes activating an Instagram account, changing content to align with the target audience's values and beliefs, and creating a much more aesthetically pleasing and easy to navigate interface. Additionally, adapting the current logo to match the new key message of sharing our homes, as well as modifying the tone used online, will help with the rebranding of Koala Bay.
The first phase of getting traction within the community will be given a time frame of 12 months to validate itself, which will be seen through with the accomplishment of key performance indicators, which are in accordance to our SMART goals. Our second phase of our strategy relies on that trust built in the previous 12 months to drive donations not only from within the target audience, but also from other stakeholders. This phase will then run for 2 years as a campaign. With the budget, Eco Communications is focused on keeping it as low as possible in order to turn back the most amount of profit back into the cause. At Eco Communications, we talk for the environment, and in order to ensure that you are across everything we are achieving, we will monitor the success of the campaign every month and work closely with you and your team with fortnightly work in progress calls. We want Koala Bay to become a well-known and trusted organisation on this issue that is so close to your heart. We look forward to hearing your critiques and answering any questions you have regarding our proposed campaign, and we thank you for your time.